So today, we're going to dive into the core ideas of Adriana Marchena's Amor Perfecto. It's a book all about a transformative way to reshape your reality simply by choosing love over fear.
The book kicks off with this really powerful question. What if peace and happiness aren't things we need to go out and find? What if they're actually our natural state, and we've just forgotten? So let's jump in and explore that truth together.
Okay, so to really get what this book is all about, you have to start with the author's own story. It's this incredible journey from what looked like a perfect life in paradise to hitting an absolute breaking point that led to a profound awakening.
So picture this. In 1999, she moves to this beautiful Caribbean island in Venezuela. I mean, on the surface, it looked like a dream, right? Beaches, parties, it seemed like the ultimate escape. But you know how it is. What you see on the outside isn't always the full story. Internally, things were a mess. She was just caught in this whirlwind of emotion, feeling lonely, totally stressed out, and disconnected. Her paradise was quickly becoming her own personal prison. And then, bam, the breaking point. Her boss says these words to her. I mean, can you imagine? It was devastating. It basically confirmed her absolute worst fear, that she was failing at the one thing that mattered most to her. It was a really harsh wake-up call, but it was one she needed to hear. So she quits her job right then and there. But the stress, it had taken its toll. Her body just gave out. She collapsed, thinking she was having a heart attack. It was her inner pain literally showing up physically. She was alone, jobless, broke. She had completely hit rock bottom. And it's right there, at her absolute lowest point, that she finds this lifeline. She dives headfirst into a book called A Course in Miracles, which is this self-study spiritual guide, and it gave her a completely new framework for understanding her suffering, and more importantly, a clear path to start healing. So, what was the big idea? The one lesson that started to turn everything around for her? Well, it all kicks off with a totally different way of looking at fear.
Okay, so the main teaching here is pretty radical. It basically says only love is real. Fear, from this point of view, is just an illusion. It's a state of mind that we create, but it has no real substance on its own.
And get this, fear isn't just that one feeling of being scared. It's like the root of a tree, and all these other negative emotions are the branches. Anger, envy, resentment. According to the Course, anytime you feel a lack of peace, you're operating from a place of fear.
So the book basically frames this whole internal battle as a choice we're making all the time, every single moment. It's a choice between two very different voices in our head.
So on one side, you've got the ego, and that's the voice of fear. Think of it like this false identity we build up from our past experiences, our insecurities, and our deep-seated need for control. It's the mask we wear to hide who we really are.
The ego is always dragging you back to the past with regret, or shoving you into the future with anxiety. It sees separation, it thrives on judgment. But then you have the inner voice, the voice of love. And that voice is always in the present. It sees how we're all connected, it offers forgiveness, and it shows you the solution instead of the problem.
Okay, so how does the ego actually do this? How does it keep us stuck in that loop of suffering?
Well, its main trick is to keep you hooked on the past, replaying mistakes over and over, and terrified of the future, projecting all these worst-case scenarios. It works by convincing you that your fears aren't just real, they're logical. And that's what keeps you from ever feeling free in the present moment.
So if that's the prison, how do we get out? What's the key? Well, the book offers a really powerful and super practical tool you can use right now. It's called the Holy Instant. And really, all it is that single moment where you just decide to drop all judgment. You can think of it like hitting a pause button on all the ego's noise, which finally gives you a chance to hear that calmer, wiser inner voice. And this is why it's such a game changer. Think about it. All judgment is based on something that already happened, right? It's rooted in the past. But right here, right now, in this present moment, the past has zero power over you. You're totally free. This is where your true power is.
And here's how you can actually practice this, step by step. First, you just recognize it. You notice when your mind is drifting to the past or worrying about the future. Then, you consciously release it. You just decide to let go of judgment for this one instant. Next, you bring yourself back. You return your full attention to the here and now. Maybe focus on your breath. And finally, In that quiet space, you reconnect with your intention to see with love. This is literally how you retrain your brain for peace.
All right, so let's tie this all together. What's the big takeaway here? What actually happens when we start making this shift consistently? It comes down to this. Your thoughts are incredibly powerful. They aren't just floating around doing nothing. What you allow into your mind, whether it's fear or love, literally becomes the blueprint for your life. You're not just a victim of your world. You are co-creating it. What this really means is that the world isn't just happening to you. It's happening through you. Your entire reality is shaped by the internal choice you make in every single moment about which lens you're going to look through.
And that right there is the most incredible power we have. The ability to change your world isn't something you have to go find out there. It's already inside you. It's just a simple moment-by-moment choice to shift your perspective from fear to love.
So that leaves us with one final and really empowering question. The power is yours, right now. It's not about what the world gives you. It's about the reality you choose to create, starting with your very next thought.